Hey everybody, I'm Grandmaster Ben Feingold. This is 5 Minutes with Ben, and I'm Ben. We're going to look at a game that, for me, was played yesterday in the Sinquefield Cup. Round 8, Gukesh, the world champion, versus Levon Aronian, who in the last 7 weeks has played like the world champion. Okay, so they had an up and down game where Gukesh was probably winning out of the opening. Then Levon fought back like a tiger and got to like a slightly worse ending. And then Gukesh missed some winning chances. And they finally got to this drawn position after lots of topsy-turvy play. And this position, turns out, White only has one move that draws. That move is Bishop G3. And the idea is, if you play King G4, I play Bishop H2, and Black can't do anything. If you play King H3, I play Bishop F4. You can't take my bishop because I queen. Your rook is stopping me from queening. And King G4, Bishop H2, that would be a draw. H4, King B7, H3, Queen, and well, this looks like White's winning. Although I think Black can draw by perpetuating the bishop on H2. Bishop F4, King F3, Bishop H2, King G2, draw. And then Black can lose if he wants to, but probably doesn't want to. Okay, then Black loses. Okay, so Bishop G3 is a draw. Black doesn't really have anything other than what I said. Like, King G4, King H3, King G4. That's one way to draw. Okay, so they were in time trouble, and Gukesh blundered and played Bishop F2. Now, Aronian was never better in this game, and move 68, he's winning. Like all of a sudden. And I don't think Levon understood the moment, because even though he had a lot of time on his clock, he only thought a minute and made a move that just leads to a draw. And he knew it led to a draw. He just thought, okay, now the game's a draw. Like, finally, the tough part's over. But actually, Levon's winning here. Levon can play King G4. I'm not threatening to take the bishop. I don't care about that. I want to play H4, H3, H2, H1. And that just wins. So King G4 just wins. It turns out that King F4 also wins. But okay, King G4, you want to play H4. So King B7, H4, Queen takes, H3, Bishop G1's forced, King G3, King G2, and Black makes a queen. Okay, so we can play better than that, although we still lose. We can take the pawn on H4 instead of letting that happen where they just queened. And then we get to this king and pawn ending where Black wins by a tempo plus tax. And in fact, the reason I said plus tax, if White's king was on C6 or C7, King F4 would still win. But okay, King F4 is completely winning here because the king's on B7. So King G4 was a rather elementary win, especially for somebody of Aronian stature. But he played Rook A8, losing a key tempo, and now the game is just a draw. In fact, you not only lose a tempo, you lose like 2 tempi because you moved your rook instead of moving your king or pawn. The king didn't have to take on A8. The king's coming back to D6 pretty quickly. So he took on E5, King C6, h2, tax the pawn, check, and okay, just it's a draw. They have to play it out. They're not allowed to agree to a draw, so they have to play it. Now, there's a mistake in the scorekeeping of the game. In this position, the game is over. Black played king takes bishop. I saw black play king takes bishop. And the score of the game on the website says king takes bishop. King takes bishop was not played. And when I say it was not played, it was played. But as far as the score of the game is concerned, as far as FIDE is concerned, this game is over. Nobody can legally win, so you can't just keep making moves here. Black plays king f3 and white plays bishop e5. No, the game's over now. So even though black played king takes h2, there was no reason to do that. They could just shake hands. So the official score of the game should actually end here, technically. And that's the best kind of correct. I'm Grandmaster Ben Feingold. I hope you enjoyed that more than Aronian did. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time with more great games like Gukesh Aronian. Bye!